What if I told you that most of your stress, your frustration, even your sadness, comes from fighting battles you were never meant to fight? What if I told you that peace, real, deep peace, isn't something you find after fixing everything in your life, but something you create while everything is still messy? I didn't know this in my 20s. I thought peace would come after I had enough money, after I got the right job, after I got my life together. But instead, I spent years stuck in a cycle of stress, chasing after things I couldn't control and ignoring the things I could. And it nearly broke me. Let me take you back. I was 24, living in a tiny studio apartment, a mattress on the floor, a laptop on a makeshift desk made from stacked Amazon boxes, and a kitchen sink constantly full of takeout containers. I worked a corporate sales job that drained me, the kind of job where your boss tracks your lunch breaks and every email feels like it might get you fired. I was barely making rent, my student loans were crushing me, and every night I lay in bed staring at my ceiling, thinking, is this really it? But the worst part? I was obsessed with things I had no control over. I'd doom scroll Twitter, angry about the economy, about billionaires, about the housing market. I'd stress for hours about whether my manager liked me, whether I'd ever find a girlfriend, whether my life was falling behind compared to the people I followed online. And I told myself the same lie every day. Once I make six figures, once I have a better job, once I stop feeling stuck, then I'll finally be okay. Then came the moment. A moment so dumb but so real that I still think about it today. It was a Tuesday night, 11:30 p.m. I was staring at my bank account, realizing I had just $8.42 until payday. Why? Because I had stress-ordered Uber Eats 4 times that week. Because I had spent money like I was rich when I was barely keeping my head above water. And as I sat there, my stomach tight with anxiety, I had a thought that genuinely scared me. I can't live like this anymore. Not just the money, not just the job, but the stress, the helplessness, the constant feeling that my life was a car with no steering wheel, rolling downhill. I felt trapped, but for the first time I realized something. I wasn't trapped by my situation. I was trapped by my own mindset. I had spent years worrying about things outside my control, while ignoring everything within my control. So I started small, really small. The first thing? I deleted Twitter off my phone, not forever, just for a week, just to see. Then I did something wild. I made a list of everything I could control. How I spent my money, what I ate, how I moved my body, how I spoke to myself in my own head, how I reacted to things I couldn't change. And every day, I picked one thing to focus on. Day 1, I made a real dinner instead of ordering out. Day 2, I went to bed before 2 a.m. Day 3, I applied for one better paying job instead of doom-scrolling job listings and feeling hopeless. Were these things huge? Did they instantly fix my life? Absolutely not. But they gave me something I hadn't felt in years, a sense of control. And here's the crazy part. The more I focused on the things I could control, the less anxious I felt about the things I couldn't. I'm 32 now. I make good money. I have a job that doesn't make me want to disappear into the woods. I have a partner who makes life feel lighter. But the most valuable thing I have? Peace. Not because my life is perfect. Not because everything magically worked out. But because I finally learned the truth. You don't find peace by fixing everything. You find peace by acting on the things within your control and refusing to let the rest intimidate you. So if you're stuck right now, feeling lost, overwhelmed, or just tired of your own thoughts, ask yourself, what's one thing I can control today? Maybe it's your sleep schedule. Maybe it's making a budget, even if it's just to see where your money actually goes. Maybe it's unfollowing accounts that make you feel like you're falling behind in life. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be yours. Because the second you start acting on what you can control, you take your life back, and that is where peace begins. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.